Hi, what up, mother truckers? BP Hero come back at you with my man Troy here. And today we're swinging the 2024 Suncoast Ruckus Max 2 Josh Kirsten Signature Edition. Huge thanks goes out to Troy Strawn for picking this up so we could check it out for the video here. And also, thanks for coming out and hitting. We were racing the rain, but we got the video in. Back here at Atkins Park, 300 feet all the way around, hitting a mix of balls, mostly hard stuff like Evil BP Rockets, Deadly Thunder Z, and Pro M's. And there is some 52s mixed in here as well, just kind of a mixed bag of balls. And Troy did put one round of BP on this, so about 30 or so swings before we got started with the video here. This one is a 25.5. Features a half ounce of end load, and I did feel like it swung true to weight. And the half ounce of end load did a good job of getting the ball moving. And for being a lighter bat, I do feel like I was able to get a decent amount of mass behind the ball. This is a two-piece bat with a composite barrel and a composite handle, and the barrel is 12 inches. And I will say that this had a stiffer feel than some of the other Ruckus stuff that we were used to. It almost felt like the Competitive Edge 2, if any of you guys were familiar with it. But this one was way more forgiving, way more lively. This, I think, should have been the bat that the Competitive Edge 2 was supposed to be. But when you're rushing to get a bat out to try and save your ass, sometimes stuff like that happens. But I can tell you that this bat was night and day different. Still a bit of a tighter feel, but performance and feedback and everything else, even sweet spot size, was really good, even early on. And taking a quick look at this thing on the compression tester, you can see this thing floating around the mid-280s. And based on the performance that we were seeing out of this thing, testing that high, I was very impressed. When we put this thing on the tester and it's tested mid-280s, I'm thinking to myself, oh gosh, here we go. It's going to be another one. But watching Troy's first handful of swings and even the handful of swings that I put on this right off the rip, I knew this thing was different. We ended up getting about 100 swings on this thing on this day, and the compression tester hardly moved at all, and I was impressed by that as well. Whatever it is that Suncoast decided to change, they did get dialed in for something that's going to hold compression and still hit really well. They definitely hit the nail on the head here with this one, and I'm going to say it. Like, Suncoast is back in the game with this thing. Yes, we all understand that they've got a pretty nasty black eye going right now with the whole scandal going with their older two-piece bats being banned. This one is legal. We'll confirm this one is legal. And I feel like they were kind of struggling to get something going performance-wise, just on what we saw from the Competitive Edge 2. But they've got it figured out for sure. I don't know what changes they made. I'm not sure I care, because sometimes you might not get the right answer. You could ask the question 100 different times and get 100 different answers. Whatever they've changed, whatever they've got going, they've got a contender here for a really good bat. And before anybody asks, because it happens in every video since the One Piece Tantrum, this is not as good as the Tantrum. But this thing is right there in the conversation for anything else that's basically going to be in line behind it. And hell, it's even holding compression, so that's also a big plus. I'm a big fan of the bats that can hit well and hold compression, and this one is seeming like one that's going to be able to do that for sure. The 12-inch barrel had a humongous sweet spot. Was still tight up and down the barrel. Even as it broke in, the feedback was still tight, which I think is probably just to be expected. I'm going to guess that's probably from the handle change that was made, because that is the point of the contention with the bats that are currently banned right now. And whatever goes on with any of that stuff, we can't lose focus of the fact that they are back in the game making good performing bats. Now, are they handling the situation the way I think they should? That's really up for debate, and I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But a lot of people are going to hold that against them and might not want to pick one of these up, and I can't say that I blame you. But you got to figure, with being under the microscope, they're not going to make another bat that's going to be flirting with getting banned. So I think this is something that you could buy with confidence and feel good about, but don't quote me on that for sure. But I feel like the way to alleviate any of this, if you do want to swing a Suncoast, is to grab one of the one-piece bats. No worries about handles or anything like that. You can just grab your one-piece bat, go out there and get to daddy hacking. But if you got to have a two-piece bat, or if you can't find a one-piece bat in the specs that you want, and this is right up your alley, dude, buy one of these. It's nasty. Even being 25.5, being able to kind of flick and throw this thing around and basically do whatever I wanted with it. I was able to hit for even a little bit of distance with this thing, which is something I usually do struggle with when I hit a 25.5. So I do feel like that's a good testament to the performance you're going to get out of this thing. Huge thanks to Troy for picking this up so we could check it out for you guys. Big thanks to him for coming out and hitting and racing the weather. We almost got rained out on this day. Got to the field, decided what the heck we're going to hit anyway. Racing the rain the whole time. Ended up skating through, so we were super glad we did. Thanks to you guys for checking out the video here. I'm going to let you check out the rest of it. Us having a blast swinging this thing. That's it for now. Swing hard in case you hit it. BP Hero, catch you next time. It's better than the last time I hit it.
Did I say that?
That's fine, I'll hit a double. Psst. If you're still here, we're going to compare this to a band bat. Video coming soon. Yeah.
Almost at your hand. Way to bring that one down.
All right, give me. I think.